Hi guys, today's math video is going to be really quick. We have a day to practice, and you can use any method of division that works for you. And so you are going to need that normal pencil and scratch paper because you don't have enough room in your book to work. And we're going to be looking at pages 155 and 156 today. And so here is 155, and you can jump right in, open up page 155. We have two types of problems. We just have regular division problems, right? Straightforward. And then you have division within word problems, and you need to figure out what's going to be the divisor, what's going to be the dividend, so you can find the quotient and the remainder if it exists. And so we'll do one together using each of the methods, and then it is just time to work. And so this is number one on page 155, 960 divided by 8. And the method that most of you are using is still that partial quotient, so down the side. So many of you start the division problem by simply drawing a line down the side. And we're in our hundreds, so we always ask ourselves, can we pull out 100 eighths? The answer to that is yes. So I'm going to write 100 times 8 is 800. And then when I do my subtraction, I am going to get 6 minus 0 is 6. 9 minus 8 is 1. And this is a 0 here. Sorry about that. So I have 160. And a lot of us see this right here, and we see, 16. I can think of this, if I know my zeros tricks, 8 times 2 is 16, so 8 times 20 is going to give me 160. Because I have a 0 that I'm starting with, I need one in my answer. When I subtract, I then get 0, or nothing left over. Okay, and so now we do 100, and we have to add 20 to it. So our final answer, we do have 120. Okay, so now if we were doing that problem with our traditional method, we ignore the 60, right? And we just think of this as 900s, right? And so right away, I'm going to say, how many groups of 8 can I pull out of 9? In this case, I can pull one. Sometimes we can't. We have to move over and call it 96. But if we did that with the traditional method this time, or the digit by digit, that'd be a mistake. So 1 goes at the top. We have 100. And so really that 8 is like 800. But I don't need to write the zeros. If you want to, you can. And I do my subtraction. 9 minus 8 is 1. And then I pull down my 6. And so the 6 goes right here. Now I have 8 going into 16. How many groups of 8 can I pull out of 16, or 8 times what gets me there? Well, same thing over here. 2 tens, or 20. And so I have 2 tens up top. So 2 groups of 8, or 20 groups of 8 is actually 16 tens. And I subtract. Now I have 0. I got to bring down another 0. So this is a common problem that we're going to see in our next lesson. What do we do if we have zeros? Well, we have to hold the place value in our traditional method. If you're using partial quotients, that doesn't matter at all. You don't change a thing about how you work. You just add up your total groups. But here, we say, can 8 go into 0? No, it can't. It goes into it 0 times. 0 times 8 is 0. When I subtract 0 from 0, I have nothing left. And I have nothing left to bring down, so I have no remainder. So both will get you to 120. The traditional or digit by digit method can be a little bit trickier when you have a 0 in one of your place values, especially the last one like we did. A very common mistake would be for people just to say, my answer is 12. But think about, does that make sense? Could 12 times 8, if you did that check to get back to 960, would that make sense? No, okay? So either method that works for you today, whatever you're going to choose is just fine. And if you are doing the partial quotients and you do this problem in 3 steps instead of 2, that is just fine as well. And so you're going to finish, and you have some word problems on 156 and at the bottom of 155 as well. And you're going to finish these 2 pages. And then there is a homework in Think Central titled Homework 3.6. Really quick today, guys. So you got a lot of time to work. Ask your teacher if you have any